All right, welcome everyone. 22 people on here. Wow. So my name is, I'm just going to drag this to the top. So I'm looking at you all in the center of my screen. So my name is Katie Cobb, and I joined Young Living about 8.5 years ago when I was gifted a little sachet of peace and calming like this, one of these little sachets, because I wasn't sleeping, and I actually rolled my eyes and gave a really sort of, bad body language back, as if to say, it's going to take more than a pretty smell to knock me out. I've been a bad sleeper my whole life. And anyway, I went home and I did what she said, and I put a drop on the soles of my feet. And my first impressions was this was the most beautiful scent I had ever smelt in my entire life. And I put it on the soles of my feet, which sounded like witchcraft. And I felt this deep wave of relaxation come up my body, and the rest is history. I had to know more, and I will tell you more of the story as I go. But I'm joined by two of my beautiful friends and colleagues tonight as well. I've got Emma Cobb in the citrus and Ngarie Humphrey in the navy blue there. So we've all been on this journey for a while, and some of us were just product users, and some of us were product users from the start and decided to do the business from the start. We've all got different stories, and we're all at different journeys as well. And so each of us will share some of that as we go. I'll just let Emma introduce herself.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks for that, Katie. So yeah, my name's Emma. I'm an executive with Young Living. I started probably about 5 years ago now, not actually sharing, just a product user, loved the oils, loved diffusing. And it wasn't until probably about 8 months ago that I went, you know what, I'm going to give this a bit of a crack and see what I can make of it. So I am a natural sharer. I'm a hairdresser by trade. So talking is what I do. And if I love something, I can't help but just share about it. So yeah, I started going a bit all in pretty much 8 months ago, and I've already hit executive, and I just love it. I love the products. I use it daily, my oils, my cleaning products. I can't rave about them enough. So yeah, it was natural for me just to fall into the business, I think. So
wonderful, thank you. And Ngarie?
I joined Young Living. A friend of mine so I was a wedding photographer by trade or occupation. I was exhausted and burnt out. Anyone that knows me knows that I sleep like a log, and seriously, I slept through newborn babies crying and never woke up to them. So that's how good a sleeper I was. When I came across Young Living, I had stopped sleeping. So that really drives you batty when you're a good sleeper. I was really exhausted. I was stressed. One of my girls had real anxiety issues, and it was a friend who was a photographer that put a thing on Facebook that said, I can't believe one drop of oil gets my kids to school. And they had separation anxiety. I knew that. So I messaged her and said, what? How? Can you explain it more? And she said, oh my God, it's this oil called Peace and Calming. You need this. So I went to an oils club in Beverly, which I think at the time Kylie had just hit silver when I joined. I brought the oil, and really the rest is history. Peace and Calming was the most beautiful oil. I put it on there and then, like Kylie actually had it, and I put some on, and I didn't even know that I actually had a knot in my own stomach. And all of a sudden I was like, I feel really weird. And when we talked more about it, I felt weird because the knot in my stomach had gone. I'd become so accustomed. That was my normal, just this constant knot. Yeah, so I was absolutely fascinated. And because I loved the oils, I shared them. And I told my friends about them, and I was like, oh my God, these are amazing. I was brought up remotely, so we were homeschooled. It was all home remedies, really. And I'd actually made the comment to Kylie that day and said, oh, oils stopped working. I used to use oils. I don't use them anymore. They don't work. And she said, where do you buy your oils from? I'm like, oh, I don't know, anywhere I see them. So she spoke to me about quality. I came home and dug around, found the oils that I had, and I was like, oh, these aren't even real, like, to start with. I never intended for 1 second to be a part of the business at all. I was just sharing the oils. And then the lady that I actually signed up under in Beverly, she rang me and she said, you're going to go executive in 3. I was like, what's that? What does that mean? She said, I think I was 25 PV short of going executive, which would have qualified me for the executive in 3. She said, do you think anyone's going to put an order like that would push you over that? And I said, oh, I'm just about to run a class here in York. She said, really? Anyway, several people signed up that day or chose to buy a kit as such. I didn't even know what sign up meant, really. I just filled in the paperwork, sent it to the person in Beverly, because it wasn't all online then like it is today. Like, it's so much easier now. So I became executive in 3 and didn't even know what was going on, just because I shared. Like Emma said, like, if you come across things that you love and you just share them, don't you? Like, it was really unintentional. So I very much fell into this business, and within, no time, I realized that I had so much fun sharing. Like, it was so nice. It was such a different environment, and I was feeling so much better. The oils were helping Bree. And I was like, maybe I do want to have a crack at this. So that's pretty much how it all began for me.
And you've accidentally traveled the world many times as well.
I have, from one side of the world to the other, all thanks to Young Living.
I know, it's amazing. We're going to tell you all about that as we go. You will notice that the 4th person, Amy Hamer, is missing, who's also my sister. They had an oils club booked for last Thursday night, and that unfortunately got bumped back to this Thursday night. So she is sharing the oily love in a different way tonight. But we're definitely going to make up for it, us 3, and we will get into it right now. So here we go. So there's a few things I'm going to explain in the next few slides, because network marketing, which is what Young Living is quite different to traditional business and how we've all grown up and what we're used to. And I'm going to tell you why it is amazing, and it is a business model that it is very much worth paying attention to. So Young Living is a member of the Direct Selling Association of Australia. Not all network marketing companies are. We have a ginormous range of 220 plus oils, 600 plus products, and a team of scientists. The special bits, though, are that we're a company built for purpose, not profit. I have personally met and seen Ngarie and Mary Young. Ngarie has now passed away. They were the founders of Young Living, and they wear old jeans, drive old cars. They are motivated by purpose and healing the world, really. And we're a worldwide company, and even though not everyone has heard of Young Living, we have almost 30 years of experience. So Young Living has grown over 30 years by word of mouth. So we've never done marketing campaigns and all that you'll see from other network marketing companies. We've just been sort of quiet achievers in the background, but for 30 years. And there's actually stories of people that we've met along the way who have been doing Young Living for 25, 30 years, who used to originally start sharing by riding on horseback from farm to farm with a cassette tape for people to listen to about how these oils work. So we've come a long way since then. But I'm an ex-bank manager, and I also studied agriculture at uni. So I have a particular love of farming but I'm particularly interested by the fact that for a network marketing company, a lot of network marketing companies are just, they don't really have any assets. They don't really have any of that security behind them. Whereas Young Living has farms all over the world, the most beautiful farms, beyond organic. And that really gives me an enormous amount of comfort, because, in the years to come, there could be, it could be really hard to source essential oils, but Young Living has been sort of thinking ahead by 10, 15 years, 20 years ahead. They're a really progressive company like that. And So there is lots of network marketing companies around, and I'm going to tell you some more stuff in the next few slides about why this might interest you, but they're not just products. So all the other network marketing companies, I believe, in my opinion, and I used to be like 20 years ago a member of one of them, they just have products, but we have like consumable products that make a difference to people's lives. Like these products are changing lives. You only have to do a few searches on our community forums, and you can see like these products. Like for me, the sleep was just the beginning, and then I one by one worked on all the issues and all the things that were making me, my family, my extended family, everyone unhappy. And every time we're like, oh, that worked too, and oh, that worked too. So these products really do bless people's lives, which is probably of all the best bits. There's lots of best bits, but of all the best bits, making an impact on people's lives every day is the best. You'll never get tired of that feeling. We also have the Young Living Foundation, and the Young Living Foundation has 6 major charities around the world of things that they work on. The main one though is I sponsor 2 children in Ecuador that I've sponsored for 5 years, different children along the way. Some have graduated, but yeah, I sponsor 2 children, and I know Kylie and Glenn sponsor 2 children in Ecuador that we're helping to, we're basically paying for their education. And I'm actually going to meet them in November this year, which I'm really looking forward to as well. So the Young Living Foundation has its own website. If you want to spend 5 minutes looking into the heart of young living, look up the Young Living Foundation and all the things that they do, and it is so beautiful. So I'm really proud of that. Okay, but what is network marketing? So isn't that a pyramid scheme? I have been asked that so many times. So a pyramid scheme is actually illegal in Australia. A pyramid scheme, no products actually exchange hands, only money. And so it's definitely not a pyramid scheme. It is network marketing. But what it gives us, what this business gives us, is the ability to create a residual income. And that is what we don't get from traditional business. So in traditional business, if you're going to work every week for your paycheck, if something happens to you, like or someone in your family, and you can't work, you might get paid for a month or 6 weeks. You might get paid sick leave, but eventually the money will dry up. But when you get your network marketing business to a certain point, you continue to get paid every month when you don't show up. And that was a big why for me, because I wanted to have financial security, and I wanted financial security for my children, which brings me to my next point. So I'm a mum of 3 little ones. My eldest is nearly 12, so they're 12, 10 and 8. But when I started Young Living, they were 3, 1, and 1 month of falling pregnant with the 3rd. So they have really grown up with Young Living, and they don't really remember a life before Young Living. But everything that I've built for them over this 8 years is now a willable business. Like, this is actually in my will, what will happen to my business. And this income that I'm creating, it will continue to come in after I pass. And that is the most tremendous gift. The way that I've built the business, my parents actually get a residual income every month of quite a significant amount of money. And it's been the most significant gift to them. And there's quite a few of us where we've actually started building businesses under our parents, Kylie as well. And our parents have worked really hard, but this has been just such a gift to give back to them after private school fees and all the things that they've done for us over the years. I'm just wondering if I'm going off track, maybe a little bit. So there is this concept called the 4-year career. There's actually some books on it, which I'll show you on the next slide. Many of us have these books. I've got several of them right there behind, you can see them here. So many of us have these books, and they only take about 1 to 2 hours to read, and it explains in way more detail than what we're going to explain tonight why network marketing is such a great business model. And so just ask around and get your hands on one and borrow one. Kylie actually features in the 4-year career book for women, which is wonderful. So definitely write a note to get your hands on one of those copies. And so, but besides the fact that I'm a network marketing professional, it's still my business. It's my small business, it's your small business, or it's your friend's small business. And as Ngarie and Emma were both saying, we were talking about this before we joined, but like if you had to say, like all of us have gifts, everyone has gifts, but what I said was, I don't feel like I have any unique gifts or purposes that have made me any more successful at this than anyone else. My only gift really that is how I've been doing this business is the ability to talk to people. Really, that's all you need, is the ability to be able to talk. And so that's just what I was thinking as I was putting my makeup on. And I thought, yeah, really all of us come from all walks of life and different backgrounds. And really and I remember saying it to a Royal Crown Diamond, and none of these ranks will mean anything to you. Like, so I'm a diamond. Emma's just gone executive. Ngarie's gold, I think. Gold?
No, silver.
Silver, almost gold. And so we're all at different ranks. And I'll show you an income disclosure statement shortly of what the ranks all mean. Just totally lost my train of thought where I was going with that. Along the way, I met a lady who was one of those original people that joined 30 years ago, which is Frances Fuller, who Kylie just recently connected with in Bali. And I said, congratulations on being Royal Crown Diamond. That's amazing. She said, it's easy. All you have to do is care about people. And so those words have really stuck with me. And that's what we do. And that's what our team does really well, is care about people. So just this little graphic in the middle here, if anyone ever brings up, oh, that's a pyramid scheme. Well, actually traditional business looks a lot more like a pyramid scheme than what network marketing does. So that's traditional business there. In America, we don't really have presidents and vice presidents in Australia, but we do have CEO, middle management, and then the hardworking employees. So just another perspective. So why does network marketing make sense? Well, I don't have a warehouse. I don't have a warehouse out the back with all the products. I don't ship this out to everybody. This is basically everything I've got in this room. And I have no employees. I have very low overheads. You have low startup cost. Really, your only startup cost is buying a premium starter bundle. So that's $267 is a great place to start. You can also customize your order with different bits and pieces of whatever you like. So it's really low startup cost. If you want to go and buy a franchise like a Humphrey cafe or whatever, you have franchise costs and you have ongoing fees, and it's really hard to make money, in my opinion. I'm just thinking of a small business with a franchise in town here that have really struggled with that. We have no mandates and no discrimination of any kind. We're really, really progressive like that. None of us have any special qualifications, but we have uncapped income and we have time freedom and flexibility. And that is worth so much, because I have raised my children. I have been there. I've sometimes been distracted sending an email or whatever with kids at me and on me or whatever, probably more often than I would have liked, but I have always been home with my kids. And I don't miss a single merit certificate. I don't miss a sports day. I don't miss a swimming carnival. I don't miss anything. So that has been such a gift. And I'll just move on to the next one. So this is the 4-year career that I was telling you about. So it explains really well how this model works, better than I'm probably explaining. We work hard. We definitely work hard. So I definitely have residual income now. I did work very hard for that, but I've worked hard my whole life. And I know Kylie Bryant says the same thing. She's worked hard her whole life. We work hard, but now we've worked hard for something that we have built, a business that we have forever. That's a legacy for our children. It's not going to go away. And we've got this safe company with all these assets that I was telling you about. And we have these products with a purpose that are blessing people's lives. Like there's so much in it that is not comparable in any other company. I'm my own boss. We have mentors. There's plenty of people in our community that can mentor you and can link arms with you. And if it's not the person that enrolled you, there'll be someone that we can connect you with that you may have a better fit with. That happens from time to time, but there's always someone that we can link arms with you to help you along. So you never feel like you're alone. We have complete work flexibility around family. We can say no when we need to and yes when we need to. And you know, right now, what I'm really feeling, and just some conversations I had over some glasses of wine last weekend, is I've actually really noticed in my immediate circle how many people are now living week to week. One of my friends said with interest rates going up and with school fees going up, with one child going into the second child going into high school, that they have to find an extra $1,800 a month in their budget, which was already tight. And there's a lot of people around right now that are really feeling that. And so some people might not want to do, some people might not want to do Young Living as a business and become a Royal Crown Diamond and do it full time like I did and like Kylie's done. But there's plenty of people out there that would absolutely love the opportunity to make $500 more a month. And so just keep that in the back of your mind, that it could be your mum, your sister, your best friend that might want to join you. And especially if you're loving these oils and they're blessing your life and you share that excitement with them, they might want to join you. All of my family thought I was nuts for the first 5 minutes. All of them are Young Living addicts. All of my friends, everybody's like, as soon as you try it, all the skeptics, like we love skeptics. We love skeptics, don't we, ladies?
Definitely.
Skeptics are we have the most amount of fun with skeptics, because every single time, whether you believe in essential oils or you don't believe in essential oils, they still work. So we really love watching that. And yeah, family can be skeptical, but just have faith that they work. So we work from home, I work from home, and you set the pace. So the one thing I will say is that if you want to grow fast and you need your income to grow fast, then you do need to treat it like a business. You can't just do 2 hours a month and wonder why your business is not growing. You do need to find the time of where and how you're going to carve that into your week, which Emma's going to go through a bit after as well, and how she's doing it. She's got a very young family. Okay, so this is just basically a screenshot from the books about, so this model is very different to what you're used to with traditional business, and you do the maximum amount of effort for the least amount of results at the start. And I hope you remember these words at some point. I hope you remember these exact words I'm about to say. There will be times where you feel like you've worked very hard within your month and you've jammed it in around your other work and your kids and everything, and you'll get a $200 paycheck or a $300 paycheck and a $400 paycheck, and you'll think, oh, stuff this, it's easier to go and work at Bunnings. 100%. No doubt it will be at the start. So, but what I hope you remember is you need to have a long-term vision with this, because 98% of people do drop out in the first 12 months, I think that's the statistic. I'm just encouraging you to hold on, link arms with us or your mentor or whoever's enrolled you, link arms, have a long-term vision. Remember what you can create for your children, your family, your retirement, and keep going, just keep going. And then you'll feel this feeling of momentum, and you'll go away on holidays for a week and you'll come back and there's 20 new people in your team and you'll go, oh my gosh, I didn't even have anything to do with that. And you'll start feeling momentum and you'll get really excited, and you just have to trust that it's all coming, and you just got to keep chipping away at it. And but I just want you to remember those statistics and have a long-term vision. That's something that I always had, is that I was where I wanted to be and what I wanted to create for the children. And then when you get the critical mass and your income becomes residual, which the 4-year career says, yeah, you can work hard for 4 years. You can work hard for 4 years or 40 years in traditional business, like 4 or 40. I'm choosing 4. And whether it's 4 or 5, it's still 4 or 5 or 40. That was a no-brainer for me. Okay, so this is the income disclosure statement. These dollars are US dollars. So this is last year's statement. I don't think this year's is out yet. But if you look down the left-hand side and all the pretty colours, you'll see the ranks that exist for Young Living. And so I'm a diamond, Kylie's a diamond. And what I want you to do is look across the columns. So look across to the average annual income. So it's the fourth column across, not including the colours. And what I want you to do is have a look at that. And what rank would make a significant difference to your life? I mean, everyone, of course, would say Royal Crown Double would make a significant difference to anyone's life, but what at the moment would make a significant difference to your life? Either you could quit work, or your husband could quit work and you could just do Young Living, or you can, a lot of people say gold. So a gold rank is, roughly, really rough figures, about $5,000 a month from Young Living in Australia. It's different for everyone. There's quite a complex compensation plan, which you don't need to know about at the moment, but that's for another day. But a lot of people say gold is a great goal. So that's just something to think about. I reached gold with a newborn baby, and I probably reached gold after about 2 years, maybe just short of 3 years. I reached gold, the rank of gold. And our life did really change around that time. Like, we went from my husband having a good income to no income, and all of a sudden we were 100% dependent on Young Living. Anyway, this is publicly available. It's on our website. You can search for it, the Young Living Income Disclosure Statement. But 98% of people do quit network marketing in the first year. I really don't want that to be you guys, because hopefully we're sharing the ways that it's blessed our life. I have been a single mum in this time as well, and Young Living solely put food on our table for many years. So that is the greatest gift. And with that, I'm going to hand over to Ngarie. Is that slide 8, Ngarie? Oh, no, yep. Emma, sorry. No, who am I handing over to?
No, Ngarie.
Me.
Yeah.
So like Katie was saying, I don't have little kids anymore, but Young Living allowed me to actually look after my father-in-law and keep him at home and out of care. So, like Katie will mention at times that she worked nights. I worked from my phone, sitting next to Pop 9 days out of 10. Like, it's amazing. As a wedding photographer, I could never have done that. I was away for days on end. I was, because I would try and group work together. So if I was in Perth, I'd be in Perth for the whole weekend, or at least I was gone for hours or days or whatever. So I was able to work from my phone. Like, I would be sitting at an appointment with Pop and I'd be answering questions or doing something to do with Young Living from my phone. Like, there's so much flexibility. And although I didn't do it around little ones, I always joke and laugh and say that I do it around old ones, because that's where my life is, like with older parents. Honestly, Young Living are so generous. They are so incredibly generous. But if money weren't an issue, what is your why? What would you like from it? So Katie talked about the residual income. I'd never heard of residual income before any of this. And that really ticked a box for me, because we live on a farm, so we're farming and have trucks, but there's no residual income. Like Katie said, if something happens and you can't go to work, well, your sick leave or your holidays only last for so long. So yeah, I just found that a really big thing for me. And because we are farming and trucking, I wanted something to be willable to my girls. So for Hannah and Bree, but also for my daughter-in-law too. You know, like it's a really amazing opportunity and business to create. Young Living gives so generously. I've just been absolutely amazed over the years, honestly, from the rank up gifts to the little gifts that you get in the mail, the thank yous, the going on trips. Oh my, honestly, you have never been on a trip and been more loved on than on a Young Living trip. When Katie and I travelled to, and a lot of other girls obviously, travelled to Dubai, Croatia and Rome just before COVID hit. And, you know, each night we would go back to our hotel room and there would be an oil or a gift of some description. And not to mention that all the expenses were covered. It was really amazing. So international travel for me was something that I actually never thought of doing. One, because my husband refuses to travel unless you can go in a truck or a ute, and at a pinch in a car. So we can actually travel anywhere. So for me to say he refuses to travel, he refuses to get on a plane. So as long as it involves, like I say, a car, truck or a ute, he's good with that. But I think one of my first trips was a cruise out of Sydney, a cruise under the stars. That was amazing. Like we flew to Sydney, we boarded a cruise ship and we spent the weekend out at sea. That was really amazing. Not long after that, I won a trip, which again, I had no idea what was really happening. I was just being told that, oh, you've won this trip, like you've qualified to KL for their APAC convention. And then I also went to Borneo. I would never have been to those places. The next year, I think I went to Utah for the Silvers retreat. Again, America would have been somewhere that I would have liked to have gone, but probably would have never actually done it, and definitely would never have done it on my own. Without Grant or without someone. So being able to travel with like-minded people is really amazing, and it's so much fun. I then went to Dubai, Croatia and Rome, and that was a trip that was honestly undescribable. I've just flown back in from the APAC convention, which I chose to go to. I didn't win that trip, but I did attend that. And again, that was great, like being amongst everyone. And then next month I fly to Italy with a big group of girls and join a cruise ship. Like, they're things that would have never, ever happened for me. And I didn't even know I wanted those things, to be honest, until I did one or two trips and I was like, oh, I so want this. This is so, you know, and this is a bonus on top of what you're earning. So when I say, like, I made executive in 3 and had no idea what was going on, I didn't know what executive was. I didn't know what star was. I was just sharing because I loved the oils and the big difference that the oils had made to my life. And then I was like, oh, this is so good. I can get my order paid for. So that's really where I started, was like, oh, wow, I'm going to add that really expensive juice to my order now every month, being Ningxia. And then I tried more supplements and I was ordering oils that weren't costing me anything. Like, it was, yeah, amazing. And then eventually I hit silver and things really changed for me when I hit silver financially. And that's when I decided to retire from the photography industry, because it was just so much more fun doing a Young Living business and having all these other benefits, but also like the willable income and the residual income was just, yeah, it really has been life-changing. And, you know, like, what is your why? Do you look after elderly parents like I do? Like, I nursed Pop for 18 months and kept him at home and out of the care system. Today, I'm keeping my mum independent and out of the care system. I wouldn't be able to do that if I had a normal 9 9-to-5 job, because doing that, I'm really unreliable. Like I would get to work at 9 o'clock and then my mum would muck up her tablets, which is quite common. And then I would have to leave and take her to hospital. You know, it wouldn't work. It's the flexibility in this and what we do is just, there's nothing else like it. So, you know, you might want to retire early. I don't plan on retiring early. I just plan on just to keep sharing and doing all of this. You know, you might want to buy a boat or buy a boat for your husband or build your dream home. There's just so many things that can be done that it's really endless. Yeah. So in the next couple of slides, which Katie will flick through,
Yep, I just
yeah, more about the international travel. And one thing that another big thing that really ticked a box for me, and Katie mentioned it before, is that it's not a company of profit. It's a company that does good things. And when I've heard Mary talk, and sadly I never got to meet Ngarie, the couple of events I went to when he was alive, like he wasn't well and never attended. But their thing is, like, you put the money into good people's hands and they do good things with it. Like, it really is amazing. And they are a company of not about profit. I really like that too. At no point, because I was really anti-MLM, and Kylie probably remembers me stating, like, honestly, if one person rings me and asks me to do this as a business or sell anything, like, I'm out, I'm running a mile. We've only ever been supported. Like, and I think that's what I really loved. There was no one pushing. There was no one saying you have to do this or you have to do that. There was just so much support. And when you hear Mary talk, or anyone from Young Living, like, it's just a really nice, supportive company. It's amazing. Like, they're motivated by getting oils into every home. What home wouldn't benefit from having oils in it? Like, there's just so many uses for them. And Ngarie and Mary really, and it's evident at everything that you go to, they just really love to invest in their people. It really is amazing. And the next slide, I think Katie has got photos from some of our trips. Oh, no, it isn't. Okay, I'm jumping ahead. So as there was Kylie, myself, Gina, and Mel, we put a book together called Ready, Set, Grow. So you can all download this or reach out to someone. Kylie has some in print, or we do have it in PDF form as well. And we wanted to make something so it was a little bit clearer, like a guide to sharing or how you could share. And we have lots of resources in there and QR codes for you, a little bit how to start, to learn a little bit more about yourself. I found that really interesting. Understanding your why and why you'd want to do this, what to share and how. And there's so many ways to share. You know, sharing can be one-on-one, sharing can be via social media, sharing can be in groups, in classes, oils clubs. Like, there's so many ways you can share. There's no right or wrong way, which is what I really love. Because if someone, my personality, if someone tells me to go left, I automatically want to go right. So, you know, it really is about you and what you're comfortable with. Yeah, so we have lots of QR codes, like I said, lots of resources. We also have, like, who you can share with, some ideas, helping others to get started in their journey too. Follow up and follow through. When I first joined, I really had no idea about that. So people were wanting oils and saying, oh, wow, I'd love to try that. So I'd give them an order form, but I really didn't know what to do much after that. So that we put in there. From little things, big things grow, which they do. And it's really not about selling, it's about sharing. And I think that's what the difference of being a part of this great team is, that it is about sharing and sharing our love of the products and sharing what's helped us, because we've all got a different story to tell. We've all come from different places, and we've all ended up here together. And also in there's a resource page. So please, if you'd like it, please reach out to whoever invited you to the talk or ask in the forums, and we'll get you a copy, or like be able to tag you in it so you can have a look at the PDF. But it's a really great, simple way to start. And like I say, you can share any way you want. That's the beauty of Young Living, and that's the beauty of our team here. And the next lot of slides, Katie's got some of our overseas travel. So there's one there of the girls in Hawaii, and at the farm in Utah. It's honestly, traveling with Young Living, it really is amazing. Like, it's, yeah, you can't even describe it. We went to Croatia, that was amazing. And we went to the farms. The farms, I guess because I come from a farm, I was really intrigued and interested. I love the way they work at the farms. But another thing that really struck a chord with me, and I can't remember if it was the Utah farm, it wouldn't have been the Utah farm, the Croatian farm, or they were talking about another farm, is that Young Living, they stepped in and dictated about the wages. They wouldn't have the people that were working at the farm not paid properly. I thought that was really incredible, because obviously that pushes up the cost of everything. But to Ngarie and Mary, it was incredibly important that everyone was paid properly and valued, which I think when you go to a farm, and especially the farm in Croatia, which was the second farm that I'd been to, you know, the farm manager, he was just so emotional the way he spoke about how they are so well looked after, and Garie's mission, and how it was important to Ngarie that they were all paid properly and looked after properly, because if they were looked after properly, they would do the right thing, and it was right. Like, it was a ethical thing, you know, like everyone needs to be treated fairly, and yeah, that really ticked a box with me. I thought that was really nice. That was something that was important. So it like to go to the farms and to hear the people that work at the farms and just how much love they have for what they do is actually really nice. Like, it's really inspiring to think, wow, like, you know, by us all doing our little bit supports them, and they support us in what they do. Like, it's pretty unique. What's the next one, Katie? Go on.
Yeah, I think this is where we hand over to Em.
Oh, this is Em's bit.
Yes, it is me. All right, perfect. So obviously the girls have touched on a lot about the amazing benefits that we get with, obviously, the support from the company, the support from our teams, and all the love and generosity that they give. But I think for all of us, we can all say, changing, when you get that text message from someone saying, oh my God, my kid slept through, or oh my God, my kid's eczema's clearing up, or things like that, that is far better than any paycheck you ever get. Having that, I suppose, reward that you've actually helped someone and given them a chance to kind of live a different lifestyle and be open to it is just insane. It's far better than any paycheck, I think. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's also an awesome bonus to get your orders paid for, to get a bit of an income so you can have more time with your kids and things like that. But yeah, I think that's a big thing for me, getting them messages and that feedback from someone going, oh my gosh, like, this is just incredible. Thank you so much. And they're so grateful. It just gives you like the best feeling, I think, ever. Having a business from home and having that flexibility is awesome. So as Katie was saying, I have 2 young boys and it's hectic. Life's hectic. So I love that I can work in pockets of time. So I will do it when they're napping. I will find little moments where they're sitting 5 minutes still watching something or playing nicely and eating some food that I will quickly answer a few messages or voice message back. You can do it at your own pace, which is awesome. And having that flexibility, like the girl said, if you literally, once you hit that resilient income, if you get to the point where you go, do you know what, I'm going to have a week off, or I'm going to have a couple of days off, go away with my family and have some family time, you know that you're not going to be going, oh crap, I've played catch up, now I've got to kind of find my feet again. I mean, it's hard for the first 4 years, like we were saying, it's hard work and you need to put in the time and the effort to build that business, but it's a snowball effect. Once you kind of hit that point, everything starts to flow and everything just starts to roll from there. And the benefits you can get are just insane from that. And I think that outweighs everything, being able to kind of be like, do you know what, I don't have to go back to work in a hurry, or do you know what, my husband can have an extra 2 weeks off over Christmas because we've got that little bit of an income coming in. It's just so good. The connections that you make with your team as well is insane. It's super important when joining your community. We're so lucky. Our community is beautiful. Every single person I have come across can't be more generous, can't be more helpful, passing along resources, always willing to help out and find me something if I need something and I can't find it. It's not just you're by yourself. It's literally the connections you make with that change everything. I mean, I have some beautiful friends that aren't within this business, and I still think their friendships are amazing and I love that. But the friendships you create with this are just a whole different ballgame. You're with people who are like-minded, who want the same thing, who want the same purpose. And it's just really, really fulfilling when you feel that, I suppose, that connection with them. I'll go on a little bit like later when we go into in-person and how to share and things like that. But I feel like the connection that you get when you start a business like this in a community like this is just amazing. And they're friends that you will have for life. Like, I mean, I'm really fortunate with my team. I actually have known them pretty much my whole life. But I've got girls in my team now in my downline who have people who I've crossed paths with through school and through hairdressing and things like that. And I speak to these girls every day. Like, these are people that I connect with so much, and I value that. And I think that's what a lot of people do lack in life. They need that connection. They need that kind of, I suppose, yeah, wanting that kind of connection is just so important. And you just feel so happy and so filled with joy when you do get it. The travel, obviously, Ngarie spoke about how awesome it is that we get these benefits from traveling. I think it's such a awesome thing. And to think that now we're all going to Italy in literally less than a month's time is insane. Like, all paid for, 7-day cruise, and literally just by sharing. Like, we haven't done anything out of the ordinary. We're just normal people who love our products and share by it. So I think that's really important to remember as well, that we're normal people. we're not people who have come from network marketing before or anything like that. We have had normal jobs before in the past, but we've just found our love for a product, found a community that supports us and shares for us and has that generosity. And it is a true family business. Like the ladies were saying before, I've now built my mum and my husband a business underneath me. So I am hoping to get to the point that I can get my mum an income through this. So yeah, I think it's really cool. And obviously, yeah, the financial relief is a huge thing. So financial relief and the freedom that you get, you can go traveling with your family. I'm heading off in, what am I? After Italy, pretty much. I'm actually going on a lap around Australia. My husband's taking 6 months off work. I'm taking 6 months off work. I can still run my business from my phone, which is awesome. I have all the resources. I have all the connections. I find them little pockets of time when we are doing not much and still share my business and still connect with people that way. So I think it really, really is, yeah, just an amazing lifestyle. And I think once you start seeing it and you get that little taste for it, it really is something special. So I think the ways, yes, so the ways that we can share. So be a product of the product. So you always want to use Young Living where you can. If you walk into any of our homes now, you'll see dish soap, you'll see hand soap, you'll see hand sanitizer, laundry liquid. We have rollers in our bags. We have it everywhere we go because we live and breathe it. We believe in it. It's a product that we have had so much success from. So we have it on us. So it's a good conversation starter as well. Someone has a headache and you're out and about, you've got a roller for it. Like, they might not think it works, but I bet you in half an hour's time, their headache's gone away. So, and that has happened. I've literally been somewhere, someone's had a sore knee or something like that, put it on, oh, my knee's not feeling so sore now. Like, it's crazy. So being a product of the product is really important. And slowly building up your kit is a way that you can do that. You don't, as the girl said, you don't have to go gung-ho and buy everything all at once. Get your starter kit, slowly start building that way. And then you'll find that you accumulate products in your home and you'll want them. You'll fall in love with them, just like we all have, and you become a product of the product. That's what actually helps you connect with people as well. In-person classes, no, that's okay. I'm very much a in-person class person. Online's not normally my strong point, but that's okay. It's a great way to have, but yeah, in person is where I feel really more comfortable. Being a hairdresser, as I said, I can talk. I'm happy to do that. So getting up in front of a few people and kind of giving a spiel on why I love these products and how they've helped my family and giving them the basics and the basic tools to use. It's honestly, it's the best. In person's my favorite, but it's not for everyone, and that's totally fine. Some people don't want to be up in front of people talking. They don't have that confidence. Totally fine. There's other ways to share. So online, obviously, you can set up forums. There's so many ways to connect with people, and the world of social media is such a big thing nowadays. And I think a lot of people get worried that the only way they can build a network marketing business is via online. How many people, I know Katie was telling me yesterday, the amount of people that she's actually personally enrolled is literally been one-on-one having a coffee at her house, like over the kitchen bench chatting. So you don't need to be this really super confident person that can stand up in front of 30 people and give a speech. It's not like that. You just need to be able to have the conversation and chat and say how these products have helped you, how they've helped your lives, and it honestly will start a conversation. You'll be surprised how much it triggers people to kind of go, oh, actually, yeah, my kid suffers from whatever, like, do you know what I mean? So I think that's the thing. It's opening that conversation and trying to get that connection with people to go, there is other alternatives, there is other ways to help. And a lot of people do think, oh, it's like witchcraft, it's all this kind of rubbish. That's fine. Like, you'll get the people that will say no, and that's fine. But when they've had their last resort and they have tried everything, and they try that essential oil, or they try that cream to help with eczema or moisturizer, or they can't sleep and they're using Linkshot, I'll put money on they'll contact you and say how amazing their sleep's been, or their knees aren't sore anymore, or their circulation's better, or it's crazy. So it doesn't have to be in person. It can literally be like a Zoom like we're doing now. You can ask them to have all their cameras off, so you literally feel like you're just talking to yourself if you wanted to. There's so many ways. Workshops are awesome as well. I do love a good workshop because you can do make and takes, you can get people involved, a bit more hands-on. That's always something I feel like people like to do. If they get to kind of take something home and kind of go try it for themselves at home, it's awesome. So we recently did one, a mums and bubs one, and taking home a sample of baby wipes that are so easy and cost effective to make. I don't think I've ever had anyone who has not made the baby wipes and loves them, but I think the whole vibe you create when you're doing a workshop and hands-on is really, really cool. Gets people inspired to kind of go home and go, oh, I want to try and play. I want to try and make something. It kind of gives us that creative flair to kind of step outside of our comfort zone. I think we're super lucky. Our upline is brilliant. They run Oils Club literally once a month in so many different suburbs. We've recently just started doing our playgroup one, which is south of the river in Perth, which is awesome. So we were finding a lot of people with young kids like myself couldn't get to the night classes. It's too hard. So we run Oils Club, different topics every month, whether it's cleaning, oils, supplements, how to support your immune system, pet care. It's insane. So we're super lucky, and I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure we are the only team that actually run Oils Club, which is super, super cool in WA anyway. But yeah, and then as I said, you've one-on-one. So if you're not someone who does feel comfortable with hosting a workshop or hosting an online Zoom, get your friend around, have a cup of tea, chat to her, put money on they'll open up and start talking to you about something, whether it's an issue or something like that. And it just opens up that connection and that conversation to kind of introduce something to them. By no means does it need to be forced. I think that's really important as well. We're very genuine people. Like, we love the products. We truly believe they work. So if someone's not ready to take that step to try it, that's cool. That's no worries. They know you're there when the time comes, because it is really, really, I suppose, important to have that connection. And I know I've said that a lot, but I feel like it is a big thing, and you need to feel aligned with your team and feel connected. So we also have the Young Living Share app, and then obviously, as I said, social media. So a few of us now have our personal social media accounts, which we share on, and we've got so much content and so many resources, like the lady said, now that you can reach out to your upline and say, hey, is there anything I can use, or things like that. Like, we're super lucky. The path has already been made for us. So it's really, really fortunate for us that we have all these at our fingertips. And yes, so what makes our team so amazing? As I said, we are super lucky. We all have our Facebook pages. So depending on what team you've come from, whether your upline has one, we all, I'm assuming, are in Kylie's team, which is the Oilsome Forum, which is incredible. As the lady said, the amount of testimonials in there is just insane. It will blow your mind. So once you become a member, you get access into that, and it's incredible. The list is endless of things that you could find in there, the resources, the stories. It's awesome. We actually also have clinical aromatherapists in there. We also have naturopaths, physios. So yeah, we're nurses that are a part of our team, which is really, really cool to have everyone from different kind of sorts of life using and leaning on these products and giving their kind of feedback, I suppose, for it. And the community is just so supportive. We're so supportive. It's, as I said, you could literally reach out to anyone, even if you're not actually in our direct line, and they're more than willing to help you and support you. We have so many resources, like I've said, including scripts for the starter bundles. So you could run your own workshop tomorrow with a script. It's everything has been done for us, all the hard work, and it's very much in the 4-year career book that the girls were talking about. There's a bit in there that it's actually quite funny. It's saying the only reason that you're going to not succeed is literally if you quit or you're unteachable. So if you've got something that's already ready made for you there and it works, we're so lucky that we have that there. So the hard yards are done for you, I suppose, in that respect, that you don't have to spend so much time. You can create your own content if you want to, by 100% go for it. But we are so lucky that our uplines have done all this hard work, that we have so much at our fingertips to make your business grow. And just to say yes, everything. We have webinars like this quite frequently. We've got all the workshops, and it's very much a pay it forward, I suppose, team. So I have recently received a heap of resources from someone who isn't even in my line, who had put out saying so it's a very supportive, and she just said to me, look, just share it with your team. Like, that's what we're about. We've got these resources, and as the girl said, if you need something, reach out, because one of us will have it. One of us are happy to lend it to you to read, or you need some rollers, or you get gifted an oil because your business is doing well. It's very much a pay it forward community feel, which is what I love. We are so lucky to literally have the best team in my eyes. and how we get started. So a lot of you guys will know who your upline is and things like that, but this is really important. Just make sure you reach out to your direct upline or whoever's invited you to this Zoom, just to make sure we can get you linked with the right people and your team, and we'll get you the Ready, Set, Grow system so you have it there. Learn on the run. That's a big one. I think I hit the ground running, and I think that's why I hit executive after 4 months, because I hit the ground running thinking, you know what, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to go gun ho. Don't get bogged down with paralysis and we're trying to overanalyze everything and think, oh, it's not perfect, it's not going to happen. Do you know what? Just get there and do it. Put in their hard yards and do it. Invite some friends over, explain to them why you're using Young Living, why it's like a point of difference, why we have that seed to seal, why we truly believe our products are the best on the market, because they are. But share that with your family and friends, and just kind of slowly start reaching out that way, and to take care of your team. When you do get that person enroller, and that sign up, and you start to build your own little team, take care of them, do that follow up, make sure they've got their oils, make sure they've opened the box, make sure they've put their diffuser in, like little things like that, that will build that connection even stronger, to the point where they're actually then going, wow, she actually cares. She cares that I've received my products. She hasn't just sent me on my way and good luck. Like, it's very much an aftercare. So another good thing is you can offer a class to new family members or friends, and it will help them kind of get their wish list covered. So if you're starting to build a little bit, you'll find a business builder that way. Get them to have a class, they invite some friends. That's the whole thing with network marketing. You want to kind of build outside that group, but and connect with people that way, I suppose. I did write some notes down because I thought, you know what, I probably will forget, but that's okay. I think I covered lots of them anyway, for this section anyway. So yeah, it's only for a season. So you need to think about what your negotiables are and what's non-negotiable. For me, my boys have a 2-hour nap pretty much through the day. That's when I do my work. That's when I try and reply to all my messages, do any signups that I have, try and create a post for the week or anything like that, connect with my team. There's a lot of things you need to be mindful with this, I suppose, and you need to kind of reassess this quite frequently. So it's something you kind of want to make sure you aren't putting too much in the negotiable pile, because you still want to have your life, you still want to be making sure you're getting the benefits out of it. But do you know what, if you're going to watch a rubbish TV show at 7:30 at night and your husband's going to be asleep on the couch, use that time. Like there's ways that you can add it in and think about what's going to help you build your business and what's going to actually cause grief. So for me, my non-negotiables is to also, I think, I really love my family. Like, I can't wait to go caravanning, but being able to use that pockets time where, do you know what, the kids are sleeping, hubby will probably have a nap or watch YouTube or something like that. That's when I'll do my time. So then when I do have the time with the wake with the kids, I don't have to be on my phone as much. As like Katie said before, there might be a time here and there where I have to quickly reply to something or have to get back to it, but I can also switch off when I need to and go, do you know what? No, hubby's home. So pretty much as soon as my hubby walks in the door, he comes in normally about 4:15. I try and stay as much as possible, I should say. I try and stay as much as possible off my phone to literally probably about 6:30, 7 o'clock, after dinner, after bedtime. My youngest one's in bed, and it's also my husband and my eldest watch a crap TV show, and that's when they have their connection time, and I actually then do a bit of work then. And then after my eldest goes to bed, hubby and I have our time together, which is then obviously super important as well. So it's finding what works for you and what's negotiable and what's not. You also get like a low return for the work that you're doing in the beginning. So like Katie was saying, 98% give up. So you need to have that vision, and you need to go, do you know what? I want to hit silver by next August. I want to hit gold by then. Have that vision in the back of your mind, and you need to work for it. It's not something that's going to come easy. You need to put in the time in them first couple of years. But in the 4-year career book, it literally will show you how once you hit that point when your team starts to build, it snowballs and it is all worth it. So it's really worth fighting for. And stacking it up against your existing life, like we're lucky to be given this opportunity to share and grow a business and literally still have the financial freedom, as well as literally financial freedom, sorry, I've lost my train of thought now too. Financial freedom and the actual freedom to then go and travel or retire your hubby, or like Ngarie said, have that time at home with her mum and dad or her father-in-law. So I think that's super important. So you need to weigh up your option. Do you want to work for 40 years and literally probably not get that much benefit, or do you want to work your bum off for 4 to 5 years and just have all that financial freedom, as well as the freedom of life that you literally can just enjoy time with your family? And I think that's really, really a strong point, that you get that quality of life back with your family and friends, because you don't have to go to that 9-to-5 job. But yeah, I think that's pretty much
Last slide.
I did have lots. It's also, as I said, it's not a marathon, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So literally you need to put in the hard yards, but it's all worth it. So this is a really cool little quote poem that Katie loves. And when I read it, she said to me, every time I read it, I cry. And then I read it and I was like, oh my God. So now I'm going to try and do it without. So the career you will create, the freedom you'll enjoy, the lives you will touch, the people you'll meet, the places you will see, the causes you can contribute to, and the person you will become in the process. It is all well and truly worth it. So yeah, that's my little spiel.
Thank you so much, Emma. That was wonderful. And Ngarie, thank you so much. So everyone, I hope that we have cast the vision for you. And one thing I do want to say is that, yeah, 98% of people do quit in the first year, but I hope what we've shown you today is that our team has been really successful, and that we have the tools and we have the resources to help you to be successful too. So I hope that you remember that bit and not the stats so much. And that one thing I can tell you with personal experience is that residual income is 1,000% worth fighting for. It is the hugest gift, and it changes lives. And so I hope that came across. And you're welcome to ask any questions now. We have recorded this. I will make the recording available tomorrow. Yeah, if anyone doesn't know who they're supposed to be reaching out to in order to link arms with someone, we can definitely help you find that person as well. So, but you're welcome to unmute yourself. Well, I assume people can unmute themselves. You're welcome to unmute yourselves and ask any questions of any of us three if you like.
I'm just trying to see if there's any questions in the actual comments.
No questions from anyone? Well, we thank you very much for your company tonight, and we do hope you enjoyed it and that it was interesting. And we will continue to offer this presentation over the months to come. And yeah, if you need a recording, we'll make it available for you. So I wish you all the best. I hope you say yes. I hope you say yes, and don't just dip a toe in, but jump your full body in. And really emerge in it, and just trust in the process, and trust in us, and trust in the systems, and trust in everything, because it is all 100% worth it. One thing you'll notice about Young Living people is we can't be anything other than authentic. Every word we say is from our heart, and we're a heart-based company, and that's what we're all gravitate to. And so I hope that really resonates with you all tonight, and I wish you all the very best. And we will connect again soon. Thank you, Ngarie, and Emma as well.
Thank you.
Thank
See
you.
ya.
Bye.